The Buffalo Bills have finally cut ties with star wide receiver Stefon Diggs. They are trading him to the Houston Texans in exchange for a 2025 second round pick. Meanwhile, the Texans not only get Stefon Diggs, but they get a 6th round pick for this year's draft and a 5th rounder in the 2025 draft. But it also gets worse for the Buffalo Bills. They are taking a $31 million dead cap hit with this trade. And let's talk about what this trade means, specifically for the Buffalo Bills. You lose Stefon Diggs. Now at this point, your only playmaker on offense is Dalton Kincaid and James Cook. So you only have 2 playmakers on offense. You lose your 2 starting receivers. Gabe Davis signed with the Jaguars. You trade Stefon Diggs. Your Super Bowl window is closed. Is it? I'm not sure about that. And the reason why I say I'm not sure about the Buffalo Bills having their Super Bowl window being closed is because Kansas City, remember when they traded away Tyreek Hill and everybody was saying how they were going to be an early round exit in the postseason because they didn't have any playmakers? Well, the only thing they've done since trading away Tyreek Hill is win back-to-back Super Bowls. I bet a lot of you guys can't even name me who are 2 of the best receivers on Kansas City's roster right now, not named Travis Kelce. You don't need a star wide receiver to win a Super Bowl. You have Josh Allen. And I'm going to be real with you. I disrespected Josh Allen last offseason when he was announced as the cover athlete for Madden. All right? And my whole thing with that was that Josh Allen, he's a good QB, but he's not a good enough QB. At least I was thinking at that time to be on Madden. I was like, you're putting Josh Allen on Madden? Like, stop it. And I have to really apologize for the disrespect that I threw at him. Because every time I watched Josh Allen play, this dude was unstoppable. And I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And after he had that 52-yard rushing touchdown when he ran one of our defenders over, like flat the hell over, like it was Marshawn Lynch, Madden 25, he gained all of my respect. And he already has become, in the span of only 1 year of really watching a good amount of Buffalo games, one of my favorite players to watch. I went from disrespecting this man to him becoming one of my favorite players. As long as you can keep Josh Allen healthy and you give him some decent weapons around him, you still have a chance to compete for a Super Bowl. The NFL is a quarterback-driven league. Yes, you do need a good supporting cast for a quarterback to be successful, but the better the quarterback, the more he can do with less. This is one of the deepest wide receiver classes that we have in this upcoming year's draft. You can get A.D. Mitchell. You can get maybe Marvin Harrison Jr. if you want to trade up for him. Hell, you could find some stud wide receivers like Javon Baker or Ricky Pearsall in rounds 2 or 3 of this year's draft. And they can have an immediate impact for you. Not a lot of people look at the fact that you don't need to draft a wide receiver in the first round to get a wideout that can make a big impact for you in his first season. Puka Nacua, Tank Dell, neither one of those 2 guys were first rounders last year, and they were 2 of the best rookie wideouts in the league. Puka Nacua, arguably the best. The Buffalo Bills, I don't think that this trade for them changes too many things about their Super Bowl outlook. Yes, you are going to have to find a replacement for Stefon Diggs. You are taking a significant loss losing him at that position. You can say that he slightly regressed, but only slightly. He still is one of the best receivers in the game. My only problem with Stefon Diggs wasn't his play on the field. It was the diva and drama queen that he was in the locker room. And this trade is no surprise. At least it shouldn't be if you've been monitoring this Stefon Diggs Buffalo Bills relationship for over the last 3 years. Last offseason, he was really close to getting traded. He was saying how he wanted to be a bigger factor in the offense, even though he's been top 3 in the NFL in receptions nearly every single year that he's been on the Buffalo Bills. He wanted to get his contract reworked. Then there was a situation that allegedly the Buffalo Bills asked him to restructure his contract, and he only agreed on the terms of they would sign the player that he wanted them to bring in if he was to go through with the restructure. Now, that's just words on the street. Take that with a grain of salt. But when you have a guy like Stefon Diggs on your team, it's going to be hard for you to win a championship with him. You may find that outrageous to say, but when you're trying to win the Super Bowl, everybody has to be on the same page. One team, one goal. You put your egos aside. You don't go to the coach say, I need more targets. You don't go up to Josh Allen saying, hey, throw me the football more. No. A championship player does what's in the best interest, not for himself, but for the team. Stefon Diggs is not a team player. And I don't think that's a harsh opinion. I'm pretty confident that a lot of coaches in the league that have been around Stefon Diggs will tell you that this dude is high maintenance. And when you think about some of the most high maintenance wide receivers in league history, like Terrell Owens, Antonio Brown, they don't have a lot of championships. Why is that? Antonio Brown was fortunate enough that Tom Brady wanted him in Tampa Bay, and you saw how that went. He got a Super Bowl, then he turned on Tom Brady. Allegedly banked his wife. Allegedly. Terrell Owens, this dude was playing for so many damn teams, didn't get along with Donovan Knapp. His inability to coexist with Donovan Knapp was a large reason why they lost that Super Bowl to New England. When you have receivers that are drama queens like Stefon Diggs, it's hard to win championships with them. No quarterback wants to have the pressure of always having to target a guy just because he's always going to cry about not getting enough opportunities on the sideline. And what's even more ironic about that is, I remember in the divisional round this past year against Kansas City, Stefon Diggs got mad because Josh Allen missed him when he was wide open on the throw when he tried to attempt a touchdown, right? And then on the following play, third down comes up. Josh Allen goes to Stefon Diggs, and Stefon Diggs drops the ball. Isn't that crazy? Listen, Stefon Diggs is a really talented receiver, but league history has showed us that you don't need a big name wide receiver to win a Super Bowl. Buffalo was getting held back in some capacity by Stefon Diggs. I'm not going to put all of Buffalo's shortcomings on Stefon Diggs because that's not fair to him. He is only just a wide receiver. Sean McDermott, Josh Allen definitely do deserve way more blame than Stefon Diggs. But he definitely was part of the reason for why Buffalo has yet to come close to winning a championship with Josh Allen at his peak. Stefon Diggs, you don't need him if you're the Buffalo Bills. And Bills fans, wide receivers come a dime a dozen. You can draft 4 wide receivers in this year's draft, and I guarantee you at least 2 or 4 of them are going to hit. You take a $31 million dead cap hit, though, I think that shows everybody a lot about how Buffalo felt about Stefon Diggs. If you're willing to take this much dead money to get rid of a guy, that shows you that he was a problem. And I guess it can show a lot of truth to the speculation that came out about Stefon Diggs and his relationship with the Bills organization and Josh Allen. I guess there was a lot of truth to those reports last year. You know what they say, the truth will always come out eventually. The truth always comes to the light. What's in the dark always gets brought to the light in the sun. I think that he is going to be way better in Houston, though, because they just have a way different culture. And C.J. Stroud, I think, will be a way more relatable quarterback for him to get along with. But Buffalo, I'm not going to panic on you. All right. I still believe that you may not be a Super Bowl caliber team right now, but you're at least going to be a playoff team. And I still do believe that you can win a Super Bowl any year. The NFL is just so unpredictable. Like we thought Kansas City was down and out last year. And look what they did. They won their, what, another Super Bowl? Pretty much cementing themselves as a dynasty. So if you're the Buffalo Bills, you're fine. You have Josh Allen. You're a pretty well-ran organization. You're going to find suitable replacements. You're definitely not going to go into this season undermanned that wide receiver. I believe you guys are going to make some things happen. And you still do have Darren Kincaid and James Cook. So it's not like you don't have anything on offense.